Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. I am definitely a hot mess because today's been one of those days where I am literally unable to get anything done. Do you ever have one of those days where you start to sit down and suddenly like everything goes sideways? That was my day. I sat down to put on my makeup after I had gotten out of the shower and I was going to run errands with my husband, and then poof, the electricity went out, which led to a massive chaotic afternoon. Thankfully, it was restored within 2 hours, but obviously all of my plans got derailed. And now here I am making a video because something just happened and I feel like we should talk about it. So let's do that. And then before we get started, can you do me a favor and click down here and hit the subscribe button if you like my channel, and give this video a thumbs up if you like this video, as well as leave me a comment. And you can always click the bell and turn on notifications so you know when I go live or a new upload happens. All right, so we've been covering OutDaughtered for a few weeks. I had done a few videos of them previously, but we're getting them back into the rotation. And we are going to cover something that literally just happened last week, and it's relevant and it's actually kind of serious. So many of you actually have sent me messages about the Busby family, and particularly about Danielle's mom, Mimi. Now, Mimi has been a focal part of the show for many years, and she at one point was living with her daughter. Then after she lost everything in a hurricane in 2017, she then moved out and got her real estate license, and then lost her home, became damaged again, and she moved back in with Danielle. So she has been on the show, but she's been sort of MIA, which has a lot of people kind of worried about what's going on with her. Now, recently, Adam and Danielle have been less than open about talking about what's going on with Mimi, which had fans, particularly some of you, in my inbox saying, what's going on with Mimi? Where is she? What's going on? Like, I haven't heard from her. I haven't seen her. Where is she okay? Well, I'm not sure if this is actually relevant to that question, but she was picked up on last weekend, and it's not for a good reason. So here's what happens. TMZ actually broke the story, but I was able to confirm through the records I obtained through the police department in League City. So here is what happened. Mimi was out and about on Saturday night, and she, I guess, had a few drinks and then decided to get into her car. And apparently she was driving, and this didn't end up very well. So she was a little bit after midnight when all of this happens, and she is in League City, Texas, which is where the Busbys live. They, according to the report, they say that she was driving, sort of swerving back and forth. She was driving her Ford SUV. They say that it took her actually a while to stop and notice them, and then when they finally get to her car, they notice that it smelled really, really powerful, like perfume. We typically know that perfume and cologne are used to hide the scent of other things, and so officers were concerned that she might be a little bit tipsy. So they ask her for her driver's license, and they say that she's kind of out of it. They say that she can't really speak very well. She's slurring a little bit. Her eyes are bloodshot. They also say that when they get out and she gets out of the car, she is totally unsteady, and she basically fails all of the field sobriety tests. She told the cops that she only had 2 glasses of vino, but then she changed her story and said that she had no vino, and then she changed it to she had 2 Michelob Ultras. Now, they say that when she got out of the car, she was super unsteady. She was swaying back and forth, and that she just wasn't there, you guys. She was tipsy. So they actually arrested her, and her mugshot was available via the Galveston County Jail, where she was booked on Sunday morning, very early in the morning. She has not listed any sort of court date yet for this, but they did obtain blood samples from her and a number of other things throughout this process. They did a blood test. They have an affidavit from the individual who did the blood test, and the report says that she was a known female arrested for a traffic stop for DUI, and she was in League City. So this is sort of an interesting development because I had noticed earlier this week that Danielle had been very quiet. So Danielle typically keeps very busy on her Instagram. She typically does multiple short videos or stories a week. And I had noticed earlier this week that I wasn't getting as many notifications of her stories because I follow her. I also noticed that she wasn't posting as much. Now, she posted yesterday that she was going on a date night with Adam, but even Adam hasn't posted in a couple days. And Adam typically posts once, twice, sometimes 3 times a day on his Instagram. There has not been as much back and forth engagement. There's not been as much snarkiness from Adam. It's been actually kind of quiet, and she has been kind of quiet, Danielle has. So could she just be trying to sort of deal with the aftermath of this, trying to sort through this, trying to keep it quiet, not so that people don't find out? Not quite sure how TMZ found all of this information. They do have, relationships with all kinds of police stations across the country, so they might have been tipped off by law enforcement in the area. They live just outside of Houston in the Houston metro area. This is actually tough because it coincided with another hurricane that had hit the area, and Danielle and her husband Adam have been asking for prayers because Houston, along with where she's from in Louisiana, were on the target for another hurricane. They had a bunch of family in town last weekend, and because of evacuating from Louisiana. With so many people in the house, mind you, Adam's sister and her husband and kids are staying with them still, you've got a lot of chaos going on behind the scenes. And they have done a pretty good job throughout their years of trying to stay away from the drama and not really talking about anything dramatic. There's always been, it's just a very vanilla family without any scandals. So could Mimi's sort of exit from the public sector be related to alcohol, or could it just be bad luck? It's not, some people literally just have a couple of glasses of wine and then they end up getting picked up and that's it. But she must have been pretty tipsy if she couldn't even stand up. She's swerving, she's slurring her words. She was probably pretty wrecked. So there was no details about what her, the BAC was in this case, and there's also no current court date listed for when she will be arraigned on this or, what she'll do. Now, obviously, this will be a tough time for the Busbys. The show is currently been sort of it came back for a couple episodes this summer, and it's maybe going to come back again. Adam has been very cagey about it, but he did post a photo of one of the girls sitting behind a camera, which had a lot of people believing that the show is currently filming. So if the show is currently filming, will this drama be caught on camera? Will they even talk about it? The family seems to really not, they kind of hide a lot of the drama. They kind of hide a lot of the scandal. They try to look and appear as though they're perfect in a way. And I'm not trying to say that they're perfect, but they shy away from going too deep, right? So I don't know if this will make it onto the show. I don't even know if Mimi will be on the show in this next season. So what are your thoughts here? Do you think it was just a bad luck kind of situation, or do you think this could be a problem for her? And do you think we'll be able to see or get more details from the family moving forward? Obviously, the good news here is that she is safe. She did not hurt anyone, and that's always the biggest thing in these types of situations because it could have been so much worse. So always, you guys, if you're going to drink, don't drive. And if you are going to drink, get an Uber. All right? So what's going on with Mimi? Do you think she's okay? And how do you think Danielle and Adam will respond? All right, you guys, tell me your thoughts in the comments below. Bye, guys.